Want to know how to make your plan as powerful as your goals? Well, that's what we're talking about in today's episode.
This is the Enjoy Life podcast, here to help you choose your mindset, goals, and actions so that you can guide your life in the direction that you want it to go and enjoy it. It does take a little bit of work, some effort on your part, but that effort is worth it because this is your life and you can experience the benefits of the work that you do. And this podcast is here to help. Life doesn't magically turn out exactly how you want. It's up to you to make it happen. Now, you may not have chosen to be exactly where you're at right now in your current situation, but you will choose what you do about it. If you're ready to put forth a little bit of effort, take some small steps toward living the life that you want, then you're in the right place. Let's get started.
Hello, welcome to episode 126 of Enjoy Life. I'm glad that you're here and joining in. Hopefully we've got a good one for you today. If you're just joining in, then you might not know we're right in the middle of a series. We're talking all about how to create these life targets for yourself. In the last few episodes, we explored looking at a major life area that's most important for you to focus on making improvements in now, what you're going to focus on first. And then we started to talk about what is how you define success in that area, like what exactly you're going to be pushing to pursue, and why that's important to you. Some things that you really got to get crystal clear on. If you missed those episodes, you can find them wherever you're listening to this podcast episode, or you can go to nickmazy.com. They're episode 124 and 125. And in the little search box, you can just search for those numbers or scroll back through the last posts, and you'll find the show notes for the episodes. You can read, you can listen to it there, and find other resources to help you out with your goals too on the website. Today we're talking about the plan. Making that plan as powerful as your goals, because you got to have a powerful plan. And then also we're talking about why it won't work and how that's going to be, how that's just okay. All right, let's get ready to just dive into this episode. So today we're talking about how your plan can be really powerful, but at the same time it might not work. In fact, your plan probably isn't going to work. And how can I say that? I don't know you. I don't know your plan. But the fact is that nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. And when we strive to create this all-powerful, perfect plan, sometimes that ends up fighting against us. Because when you try to make it perfect, that perfection, that's going to really slow you down, and it could actually stop all the progress that you could be making by trying to make your powerful plan a perfect one. So really, to help make your plan as powerful as it can be, I want you to think of your plan as an idea. When you have an idea, sometimes that idea, you have to adjust it and mold it, change it. You have to improve it along the way. Well, that's going to be the best part of your plan. That's what's going to help your plan to be powerful and to be able to carry you through to achieving your goals, is by making it, looking at it like it's just an idea. You got to fight for your plan. You got to make the best plan that you can. You got to fight for it, and then kind of let it go when things aren't going right, because there will be obstacles, there will be challenges and detours and things that come up along the way. Because, I can't see the future. I imagine that you can't either. So unless you have a perfect vision of a crystal ball that tells you every single thing that's going to happen, then you can't have a perfect plan. But if you have a really good idea, of kind of the next steps to take, if you have a really good idea of the things that might pop up so that you can prepare, if you have a really good idea, then you can prepare and make as much progress as you possibly can to do the best that you possibly can. And then when something pops up that's going to throw you off track, you can adjust your idea so that you can keep moving forward. Okay, so I kind of jumped forward a little bit in this. So what do you need to have in your plan? Well, a lot of things that are going to be in your plan are things that you already know, and the things you already know are going to help you to really get going in the right direction. See, in the last few episodes, we kind of explored some of these things that you already know. So you already know where you're going. You know where you're going because you picked that life area that's important for you to address, or that you're going to set your goals in. You're going to set these targets in that specific life area. So you know that, really more specifically where you want to go because you took time to get clear on what success in that life area is. And really having that hammered down first is going to help you with this plan. See, when things pop up and the challenges and obstacles and detours come your way, you're not changing your destination. You're just changing the path to get there. It's like the analogy of a GPS. And one of the best things about a GPS isn't just the fact that it can tell you how to get from your starting point to your end point. One of the best things ever about GPS that we have now today is that if you take a wrong turn, or if a detour comes up, or there's a road that's closed, or for whatever reason you get off track, it'll update, it'll reroute you, and it'll keep you going towards your destination, even if you had to take a different path to get there. So getting crystal clear on, what that success in that life area is for you, that's going to give you your destination. That way, if you get off track, you can adjust that plan to keep going toward where you want to go. So you already know why it's important for you to get there. Why you're going there. Having that strong reason why is going to help you to do the work to get back on track. Now, another thing that's going to help you out with your plan is where you're starting from. It's kind of like that GPS analogy. You have to know where you're starting from to get to where you're going. But where you're starting from, this is where you're really going to start to get a little bit more into the creating the plan piece. Because depending upon where you're starting from, to get to your goal, to get to what you want to achieve, you might have to do different things. You might have to learn new skills. You might have to gather different resources based on where you're starting from. So those are kind of the things that you know. Now let's dive into actually making this plan, to kind of get this idea going on what it's going to take for you to achieve your goals. So think about that life area that you want to make improvements in and what success is for that life area. All right. So now what are the major things that need to happen for you to hit your target? Just the milestones, just the major things. If you're talking about a career change, are there certain credentials that you have to obtain or a license in order to be able to get into that field or to start that business that you want? If it's your health, is there adjustments to the diet or exercise? What are these milestones that you need to hit? Or finances, are there certain major milestones that you're going to hit along the way to be able to make the improvement in your finances? So for your specific goals that you've set or that you're trying to set, you know what the major things are, not the little details. There's a million details, and those details are the things that might change along the way. But a lot of times those milestones, the major things, that they're going to be pretty consistent. And so that's what you can put in your plan is the major milestones that you're going to have to hit. See, once you've kind of thought through the milestones, the major things that you're going to achieve along the way to achieving your goal, after you looked at the milestones, then I want you to start to explore what will help you hit those milestones. So you're not talking about the specific steps you're going to take quite yet. Just starting to think about what are all the different things that are going to help you. How can you prepare? How can you better yourself so that you can achieve this? So what kind of things that might be able to help you? What kind of resources you have or you can get? Is there anybody that you can ask for help or assistance? Someone that can help you to learn new skills or abilities so that you can achieve your goal? What obstacles might come up along the way to help you that are going to stop you from achieving your goal? What obstacles or challenges might you face? And this one's a really, really important one. I want you to think about this for a second, kind of pause on this. When you start to prepare for obstacles and challenges, it's going to be really, really helpful when they come up. You might not know the exact obstacle that comes up. A challenge might come your way that you did not expect. But in your mind's eye, and kind of practicing in your head and planning it out, you're going to start to figure out how you can overcome obstacles, challenges. You're going to see that you can in your mind, and mentally it's going to help you to actually be able to do the work when the challenge comes your way, because you're going to have already prepared in your head by thinking through how you're going to overcome challenges. And I want you to start to think about what you'll do to get back on track. See, how you'll address obstacles and how you'll get back on track when they do come up. These two, it sounds like it's more of the planning piece, but it's really more of the getting the mental game on track. Your resources and who you can ask for help, that's kind of objective. The planning of what obstacles might come up, how you'll get back on track. That's really more of, like I said, the mental game, how you're preparing your mind to do it when it actually happens. Because obstacles will come up. The challenges come your way. Things will stop you from achieving your goal. Trying to see them before they come is great. That's wonderful. Do that if you can. But preparing yourself mentally to overcome the obstacle, or preparing yourself mentally to get back up when you get knocked down, that's going to be every bit as valuable as being able to see something coming your way. So this is all about exploring what will help you achieve your goal, make progress, hit your target. So far, a part of the plan, the only things that you really have on it so far, if you're following this, is the major milestones and exploring what can help you. And you have those two things together. The only other thing that you really need for most plans, to have it as a good idea, as a plan that can be fluid and that can adapt, the only other thing you really need is just your immediate next steps. Just the immediate next steps. And if you're anything like me, sometimes it can be tempting to start to write down and figure out things that I need to do far down the road. But there's a lot of problems with that. Sometimes those things don't end up being, needing to happen, because a change or an adjustment happens, and all of a sudden I don't have to do those steps that I've planned out in detail far down the road. And another thing is that it's really easy to get distracted by step number 12 when I'm on step number 2. So only really worrying about the immediate next steps that you're going to take, they can help you to focus on them and do them. Because all you actually have to do to achieve just about anything is just take the next step, whatever that small next step is. So having your plan as just an idea, you've got the milestones and major things. You explore what can help you to achieve it, then you know your next steps. And the only thing that's left is just to take action. Take that next small step, whatever it is. And I'm telling that to you right now. Take that next small step, whatever it is. If it's exploring your plan, if it's even just starting to figure out the different things that can help you to achieve what you want to achieve in your life. Whatever, is it asking for help? Is your next small step asking somebody that's been there or that knows a little bit of information for a little bit of help or guidance? Because no matter where you're at right now, I wholeheartedly believe that you can take the next small step toward a life that's more how you want it to be, so that you're successful in the life areas that are important to you. You can take action. You can take a small step today. It might not be convenient or easy. Achieving anything that's worthwhile tends not to be. But you can do it. You can make a little bit of progress, and you can make it today. That's what I want for you. I'm really. I hope this podcast helps. We're going to continue to explore this path of creating targets and what goes into that. Next we're going to start to explore some of the things that you can do to help yourself along the way, and then following that, how to avoid goal killers that could stand in your way and stop you from making progress. Some exciting episodes coming up. I'm really glad to put this in kind of a linear path for you. If you missed any episodes, you can always go back and check them out. Subscribe so you don't miss any coming up. And then if you want to connect with me, I'm on Instagram. It's just @NickMazey. Connect with me there. You can learn a little bit more about me, and I try to share some helpful information on that platform too. All right. Well, I hope you enjoy. Look forward to talking to you in the next episode, and have a great week.